Hey folks, welcome back to Super Mario 3D Land. We are in the final special world, World 8.
Last world of the game, but not the last challenge. We'll get to that at the end of this part.
And you can see we got a whole bunch of question mark cubes that require star coins. This is where they all come into play, basically.
Let's go.
Now look at this, we're going left. What is this witchcraft?
This isn't my Mario. It's not the Mario I grew up with.
Unfortunately, the level itself hasn't changed much. I think that's swinging quicker, and you got the Cosmic Mario going, and you got the timer, but the actual design is still early game. This is this is World 1 too, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. It's pretty much just the level in reverse.
Donkey Kong Country Returns did it pretty well, but trying to throw it in as a final world challenge when it's really a first world level?
Yeah. I guess the difficulty here comes from the fact that you don't really have a lot of time here.
Yeah, there isn't a whole lot of stopwatches to collect, I guess.
Kind of eases things off when the timer stops when you go into the pipe as well.
Right, but that was getting narrow for sure. I appreciate kind of a change of pace to go left, and doing it with a recognizable level is interesting, but I think they could have picked a harder level for this stage in the game.
Especially in, like you say, the last world of the game. It's kind of cool how they're all concealed, because it adds a sense of mystery to the last world, a sense of apprehension.
Unfortunately, they're still mostly reused levels, so it's a bit of a letdown.
The final one is nice, though, I will admit.
Yes, yes. Now for this one, it is rotatey platforms, wonderful. They rotate quicker. A lot of them are actually in a near constant state of rotation, and not all of them rotate at the same pace, which means not everything gels up as perfectly as you might want.
Yeah, when stuff like that happens, I kind of lose my rhythm.
It's deliberately screwing with your rhythm is what it's doing. Oh, we haven't had one of those, like, shortcut pipes in a while.
There are actually warp pipes throughout the game. I'm sorry I wasn't able to show them off, but the reason for that is I didn't even know they existed.
Neither did I, honestly.
Because according to Game FAQs, you can skip from 1-2 to World 2 using a pipe, and it's just after the checkpoint flag. I thought it was a casual Mario game, but I didn't know, man. I just didn't know.
Oh boy, 228 lives.
Hooray! Most of these come from like me dying and then just getting a load of coins in a take that I will not use. The same thing happened in, I think, Sonic Unleashed. That's kind of where I developed my OCD. Goddamn no-hit runs, you got no idea.
So this is basically where Nintendo forces you to have all that replay value they want. You gotta go back to all the different levels, get all the star coins, essentially, to unlock these levels.
When I was playing this on the stream, I was really struggling for star coins, because it's not like here where I can present it, like I can remove all the dead footage and whatnot. No, that shit was live.
Now this is fun. We got a Cosmic Mario thing with a timer, and especially wonderful is that dry bones don't actually provide timers when you kill them, because you're not really killing them. So you've basically only got the stopwatches lying around down the level.
I would say this is, far and apart, one of the hardest levels in the game.
But I love it so much.
That star coin's tricky because it looks like you would have to do a wall jump off the thwomp to get it, but just a normal jump will serve you right.
Right. I never really got a good feel for Mario or Luigi's jump arc in this game. I was misjudging till the end.
I suppose it's due to the fact that you have to hold down a run button instead of like having full analog control over it.
Anyway, no Bowser in this one, unfortunately. I would have loved having a Cosmic Mario race with Bowser with a short timer.
Man, you're very machoistic, you know that.
All the Scootin' Fruity.
Yeah.
You still got the getting the enemy to open up the path for you, like you did with Bowser knocking down the pillars. Just a neat little callback.
Not much to have been said about the special worlds. They're pretty much just like retextured levels, reskinned, however you want to say.
And for the most part, they're well designed. They're just very similar to what we've discussed before.
Oh yeah, it kind of reaches its zenith though when they start reusing levels. Like they'll use a level in one world, and then 2 worlds later, it will be the same world, except for the fact that you've got a cosmic clone chasing you or something.
I mean, with like Mario Galaxy or something, you are literally revisiting the level when there's a comet in orbit or something, and it feels less like they're trying to pass it off as a new level, even if it's gameplay-wise the same thing.
It's presented as just a new challenge, yeah.
And they're throwing in all the castles now.
Nice, this was one of your favourites, wasn't it?
Yeah, this was, I think, 8-6, the prelude to the final level of the regular world. And now we've got it with a timer. And to a certain extent, you're kind of restricted by the rotating platforms here, because they will only move at a certain pace. It's a lot like the tight ropes.
Restricted, that's cute, that's cute.
But I mean, they're slowing you down to an extent, right?
Not with the Tanuki suit, they're not. Some of the themes sound really good sped up.
Oh yeah. Oh, and that is a tricky star coin right there. Better have the suit.
And the boomerang suit works really well here.
Now again, this is an opportunity you could have to just glide over to that rotator over there, if you're good with the Tanuki.
Always had a problem getting on top of that.
It's again, probably easier said than done, and you just bypassed that timer. How dare you?
Well, I've got plenty of time. I've got well over a minute here.
Yeah, I feel like they might have been a bit too generous with the timers in this one.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend you use the tailspin attack to get that coin, because I tried floating into it, and I couldn't get back onto the platform, so I just fell into the lava.
I like this this level still, and I think the timer combined with the rotating platforms adds tension even if they're restricting you. And an airship. Tell me if you saw that coming.
Even now, is it going to offer anything different? Let's see.
Let's go.
And yeah, it's this level again. We just had this, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I really feel the Cosmic Clone on the rotator is really doing much, because it keeps you moving, but you're not going to backtrack on a rotating platform, so you're not really going to run into it. And you can't really stand still either, so... But they're essentially trying to get away with, hey, here, have this platforming challenge you already did, with the thing following you about a second behind you and not really posing any damage.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate the so-called added tension of it, but I don't feel it really works.
Well, it's a nice conclusion to the whole Cosmic Clone gameplay style, I guess.
I suppose. Could have given him a more dramatic ending, I suppose. Have him melt into the lava. Do a Terminator 2 kind of thing. He'll be back.
That's as crazy as water in the lava.
And you have just enough star coins there.
That's good, because this is the final level that actually requires star coins. Come on, Dry Bowser, give us something good.
And it's a timed level with a bunch of hammer and boomerang bros. So just run along, swiping with your tail, and timing shouldn't be an issue.
Just keep that rhythm going, it's all good. I'm kind of out of things to say at this point. You know, before we started this playthrough, I was kind of worried we would literally have nothing to say. And while I think we could have done or said more, I think we've done a good job so far.
And you gotta work with what the game's given you, and the game has given you the same level.
A bit like Sonic Heroes in that regard. Team Dark may have more enemies and be harder than Team Sonic's levels, but it's still the same level for the most part. This is where you nod your head, since I'm assuming you don't play Sonic games.
Oh, I play Sonic games. Sonic Generations was my 2011 Game of the Year.
Okay. Wasn't mine, but that's a different story altogether.
Yeah, we can do fisticuffs over that later.
Jesus, Dato, you don't have to get into violence over video games. Be cool if Dry Bowser and Normal Bowser came down at this point.
That wouldn't make any sense, though. I mean, they're the same Bowser, right? Supposedly?
You say that, and after this, it requires you to actually go back and do the basic final Bowser boss again in order to open up the last level, so...
Well, maybe Mario retains some time reset trickery from Galaxy or something. And I assume you can have, like, Mario Party games with Dry Bowser versus regular Bowser at the same time. It's just... who knows?
That must be so awkward.
Oh god, is this what I'm gonna look like when I get old?
Well, real old. I'm talking thousands of years old.
Yeah. I'd say he aged well.
And there we go. Special Worlds is done and dusted.
Bye, Bowser.
Final opinion before we head on to secret final level?
It took a while for the special worlds to pick up. The ones that are really challenging are definitely the highlights, and there are more of them in the final worlds. But overall, I'm still disappointed that they were reusing levels from the first world.
I'll just echo those sentiments because we're kind of out of time here. So, let's move on to the final challenge of the game. And here we are at the final level of Super Mario 3D Land. This is S8-Crown.
And it is a heck of a level. To unlock this level, you actually got to basically 100% the game. You have to beat every level with both brothers and get a golden flagpole with one of the brothers on each level. So, and I'll get all the star coins, of course.
Personally, I feel Grandmaster Galaxy was more of a challenge. I think a lot of the challenge here comes mostly from perspective, and like I said, I play mostly with the 3D off, so I had a really hard time of judging distance and whatnot.
Yeah, I played with the 3D on, and I still had trouble judging the distance. For the most part, like, okay, these smallly spaced blocks there, those were one of two places that killed me a lot, even with the Tanuki suit. But overall, I found the level a lot easier with the Tanuki suit. I tried it without it for, I don't know, 50 lives, and I was like, screw it.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually completed S8-Crown without the Tanuki suit.
I may do it someday. Like, those platforms leading away from you are extremely hard to judge, even in 3D. And I feel like they're relying on the 3D to make those work better, but they really don't. Anyway, it couldn't be a final challenge without these two hooligans. And didn't we have, like, this same arena layout before in another level?
We did, but now Boom Boom has a fire trail, so that's new, I guess.
Yes, but you can still just stay up here with Pom Pom and he can't hurt you. You're being pro and hurting both of them at once, but...
Pom Pom's down. And Boom Boom's down.
Basically, you have enough time to play it safe with these guys. You don't need to be stylish unless you want to be.
Say what you will about S8-Crown, personally I feel it's a bit cheap overall, but I love the fact that they're making it a tradition now in the 3D games, where there is a secret final unlockable level that's super hard, and I don't care how hard they make it, because, you know, to even get to this point you pretty much need to be an expert at the game, so it's perfectly fair.
Right, I would agree with that. I did find Grandmaster Galaxy a lot more satisfying in a lot of ways. I found it was more challenging for one thing, and overall the music was a lot better, made it more epic feeling. This just has the main theme again.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't quite feel as climactic, especially when you can turn into a statue and just bypass all the obstacles on this section.
This is why I've been saying it works better when you're on like a constantly moving platform and whatnot.
Yeah, that's like the one place I ever used the statue power.
I have a problem with perspective in particular on these bits, because there are fireball things on different levels. There's like one above, one below, and I would always get hit by the ones above when jumping, but I would think it would be like coming from below.
Right, and it doesn't help that it's a yellow-orange fire on the yellow-orange donut block, which makes judging things all the more difficult.
And we're pretty much done now. Just a series of flippy platforms that you jump across and that's it.
Yeah, you don't even have to run on the letters here. If you just jump on that yellow moving platform, it'll carry you while the letters appear, but that's for noobs.
Wait, are you kidding? I could have just done that instead?
Yeah, you don't have to jump on these things.
Oh my god, I wasted so many lives originally. But for the most part, I enjoy S8-Crown. It is a fitting finale to the game, and I enjoyed 3D Land, but I think it is overall a forgettable experience. It's very sterile, but the gameplay, minor physics issues aside, is as fun as ever.
Basically, everything reeks of them going halfway, like the music and the aesthetics, and everything was okay, pretty good, not forever memorable, won't go down as one of Mario's greatest games.
Thank you for watching the Super Mario 3D Land playthrough. I've been Ntom64.
And I'm Datai.
And we'll see you all next time for another HellfireComms playthrough. See you then.